My name is Sister Veera Bara. But when I came to Uganda in 1993, and when we were still new, I was given a name and a family called Nasuna. So many of people where I serve, they know me also with Nasuna.
It is well with my soul. It is well.
Sacred, you mean blessed sisters? Okay, we have three. The first one is Mother Maria Teresa Scherer. She is a blessed and she is our co-foundress. She was born in Switzerland in 1830 and died in 1888. And she really lived the charism. And when she was buried and afterwards they removed her body, there were 3 crosses which were not decayed. One was the cross that she was putting on, not this one, the wooden cross. One cross was of the rosary, and third one was, normally we keep a cross in our bed. So these 3 wooden crosses were not decayed. That showed her love for crucified Lord. As our charism says, love for the crucified, therefore love for the neighbor. Second blessed sister is Blessed Ulrika Nisch. She is a German from Hagne. She lived as a professed sister only 9 years, and she worked in the kitchen for all these years. But she was a really holy woman. She discovered God in the kitchen, in the saucepan, in the fire, and in the service. And finally she died with tuberculosis. She was beatified in 1987. And third one is Blessed Zenka. She comes from Slovakia. She lived her religious profession for 13 years. She was a nurse. But as we know, the communism in Eastern Europe, those days, so she was there in the prison for 5 years. And she was taken to prison because as a nurse, she had seen many religious, especially the priests, who were persecuted in the hospital, and they were brought where she was looking after them. And one day she wanted to help out a priest to escape from that prison. So she and other doctors and nurses, they worked together, and when the government knew, they arrested her, and she was in the prison for 5 months, and she was tortured very much, to the extent of putting her head on the drum of water and beating her. Finally she got cancer of the breast and she lost her eyesight. She came out in 1955 and then she died. But now she is a martyr and blessed. So these are the 3 blessed sisters we have.
It is well with my soul. With my soul. It is well with my soul.
And it started in 1856 in Switzerland, founded by Father Theodosius Florentini, who is a Capuchin, and co-foundress is Mother Maria Teresa Scherer. This congregation was found when in Switzerland the situation was after civil war. So there was a lot of poverty, especially for children and women. They could not attain their success or living. So our founder wanted to start a congregation that would fit, because around that time, 1845, 1850 around, most of the religious congregations were inside, like cloistered. They were not going out. So he wanted to find a congregation who said, I want to find a congregation which fits everywhere and are accepted everywhere. So he found this, but when he found, there were 3 girls. One of them was Bernadette, and she was interested only in the school. So father wanted the works of mercy. So among the 3 there was another one called Maria Teresa Scherer. So she became our co-foundress, and father took the direction on mercy works. So it was officially founded in 1856 in Switzerland, and it spread out all over the world. By now we are in 17 countries, like Croatia, Europe in Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Italy, Croatia, Slovakia, and so on. And by that time they found number increased so much. By now over 16,000 sisters have died from the time we have founded, and now we are only 2,700. But this is a global number. How it came to Uganda, it is another interesting story. Some of our local sisters from Uganda, like Gogonia sisters who are known as, they were studying in Europe. And I don't know how they came to know our congregation in Germany. So these sisters from Germany, they started assisting financially, and they used to come for holiday there in Germany. And when they came to know Blessed Ulrika Nisch. And the sisters gave them some medals, some pictures of Blessed Ulrika they brought. Meanwhile, Monsignor Expedito Magembe came to know because he was their chaplain. And when he knew her life was very simple, very humble, yet very holy, he got attracted towards her spirituality. And he started spreading the devotion towards her, and started really spreading her spirituality among the simple people like young girls. Especially when he came to Chisiba, he even found a group of young girls who were interested to join. So when she was beatified in 1987, he happened to go and attend the beatification in Rome. It was 1st November 1987. He was sponsored by Germany. And then he went to Germany directly to pray to Blessed Sister Ulrika. He knelt down and prayed at her crypta for what? To get the congregation of Blessed Ulrika. So they said, we are not the mother house, you go to Switzerland. So they sent him to Switzerland. He went there. He said, I want Ulrika sisters. Then and there they could not give. So they said, you wait, we shall organize. Meanwhile in Europe, the vocation had reduced. So they approached Indian province, because India had many sisters even now. There are over 1,500 sisters. So in 1992, 3 sisters came to do the survey under the direction of Father Magembe, then that time. After the survey, they went and gave the report to Generalate, and Generalate accepted to begin the mission in Uganda. So in 1993, we 4 of us who came to Uganda in October 6th, 1993. So we began our mission in Kisiba. That time we had one community, but we had nothing. We stayed in the parish guest house. Then those girls who were waiting to join or become a Ulrika sisters, they waited, and among them 2 are there who are going to make a silver jubilee on 15th.
Quitó mi pecado, clavólo en la cruz, gloria demos al buen Salvador.
First one is Ugandan mission being elevated 25 years ago. When we came, we were only 4, as I said. So we were called missionaries. Missionaries means those who are doing missionary work. And according to our organization, we are supposed to go, first we are missionaries and work under mission. Second thing, we become vicariate when we have more numbers and we are more established, we have more communities. Then after that we go to the province. So according to our system here, 30 years now, but we have not yet become province, only we are vicariate. So this vicariate became, or mission turned into vicariate in 1999 on 12th of February. So if you count, it is now 25 years. So that is the first jubilee that we are celebrating. And in the vicariate, we are still under generalate, but still we can function, we can make certain small decisions, and we need to inform the generalate, which is in Ingenborg, Switzerland. Then second function is, as I told you, our first 2 girls who were wanted to become Ulrika sisters became member of the Sisters of Mercy of the Holy Cross. And together the 2, there were other girls who also joined them later. So they were professed in 1999 on 15th February in Chisiba. And Cardinal Wamala had initiated or was the main celebrant. Yeah. So these are the 2 functions which we are celebrating. Then together with these 2 jubilee, we have one sister who is ready to commit herself for life, that we call final profession. So she is one of them who will be taking her final vows. And we have also combined the first profession. That means there are 3 novices who are ready to make their first profession. So there are 4 functions, almost 4, because silver jubilee of the vicariate, silver jubilee of 4 sisters, final profession of 1 sister, and first profession of 3 sisters.
Estoy bien con mi Dios, estoy bien, estoy bien.
In the religious call, when somebody enters into religious life, either to be a priest or a sister, there is also there are stages. Like for some it is aspirancy, where we communicate to the girls. They can be still in the school. Then after they finish either S4 or S6 or any other training or university or any course, they join us. Then in the process of come and see program, they know us and we know them to some extent. Then we promote them to the candidacy. So that candidacy period is for 1 year for us. And they learn about congregation, about church, about prayer life, about community life, about themselves, a bit of their emotions, feelings. Then they go to we send them to communities for experience for 1 year to live with the sisters. They see the sisters very closely, their way of life, their apostolate, their functions, and so on. Then they go to postulancy. Apostolancy is a period of 1 year, preparation for novitiate. So this 1 year they learn more about church, more about Bible, more about rules and regulations, more about formation, religious life, and so on. About prophets, about psalms, prayer of the church, and all. Then they go to novitiate, which is for 2 years. It is very canonical. So in 2 years, they don't mix much with the people. They are supposed to be inside, particularly the first year. The second year, we have 3 months of pastoral experience and community experience. So they complete 2 years in the novitiate. Then now they are, if they are willing, if they have discerned well, and we have seen and we want them to continue, then they make 1 month of retreat, 1 month, 30 days. Then they decide and discern and they plan within themselves with the Lord, because it is to be with the Lord and then to go out as the Bible says. So in another language it could have been a graduation, like some of them said, "Sister, when are you graduating?" But in religious language it is not a graduation, it is a profession. We call it profession, where they take 3 vows, publicly, not privately. A priest should be there, some laity should be there, sisters should be there, and so on. So that is the first profession. They take 3 vows: vow of poverty, obedience, and chastity. That means we know what the vow says. Vow of poverty is to live poor, vow of chastity is to live chaste, and vow of obedience to obey God, superiors, and the laws of the church. Then they stay another 7 to 9 years with different formations. That is called juniorate. Then meanwhile we have many formations after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 1 month course. Then again they make 1 month of retreat. Then they go and make their final vows. So you'll see one of them making the final vow. So there we finally commit ourselves to the Lord, and we don't doubt afterwards. Expect many people. The main celebrant is the Archbishop Paul Semogorere, and also we have another bishop from Kasana Luero, Bishop Lawrence Mukasa. Then we have invited many priests who are connected with us, who have supported us. Then there will be many sisters also, or religious from Namugongo and other places. Then many of our sisters and parishioners where we are working, because in Uganda we have got 6 communities and 1 in Kenya. So we expect from each places some priests and religious and many people. We are expecting around 500 people.
It is well. It is well. My soul, with my soul, it is well with my soul.
And we are inviting many people, especially the sisters who are going to commit themselves finally. There is 1 sister who will be committing final profession. Then there are 3 who are going to make first profession, and 4 Jubileerians are there. one from Kampala diocese, one from Kasese, one from Masaka, one from Lugasi diocese. So these are Jubilarians. The sister for final profession is from Tororo diocese. And the first profession, one from Tororo, another one is from Chinda Mitiana, and one from Mbarara. So we expect them and their parents and their relatives, and of course our friends and benefactors will be there. So we are expecting around 500 people. Yeah.